some of your, I think, general statements about idealism, Indian idealism, Western idealism. One of such statements was Indian idealism is based on authority, whereas Western idealism is based on reason and arguments. I totally disagree with you. Why? Because it was Vasubandhu who for the first time formulated idealism. Then the arguments for idealism, we have to look into Dharmakirti. In Dharmakirti's Pramanavartik, the famous argument is Sahokulam Niyamat Avedo Taddiyo. In fact, Moore's refutation of idealism, there you may find that he has somehow Dharmakirti in his mind, not Gokhale. He is using the same language. The blue. Okay, so it is very generally stated. Indian idealism is based on arguments, and then Shankar refutes them. In Brahma Sutra Shankar Bhas, he refutes the subjective idealism there. So you may somehow write that Shankar's idealism is objective idealism. Again, I would say this is just a general statement. Why? Advaitic idealism is not objective idealism only. Why? Because there are three schools. One is Ajadvad, another is Srishtivad, and there is another, that is Drishti Srishtivad. And that is very, in fact, one can say, the ideal model of idealism. And particularly Vedānta Siddhanta Yuktamani Kal, that is Prakasanand, he is, I can claim that he is first subjective idealist, and he is conscious of that subjective idealism ultimately leads to solipsism. You have to accept. If only mind and mental exists, then there can be no argument for the existence of external world as well as for the existence of you people. So he openly accepted this position that only I exist. And that is the doctrine of Ek Jeevavad. Now, all objectives do not believe in the theory of Anek Jeevavad. There are so many objectives who believe in the theory of Ek Jeevavad. And in fact, Vaishnavism is the doctrine of Ek Jeevavad, which believes that only one you exist and nothing this world. Okay, so that's how there are so many questions.
Anand Mishra, and I agree with many of the things that you said. I didn't say that Indian idealism is based on scriptures. I was particularly talking about Shankara's idealism as against Bradley's idealism. Bradley's idealism largely is based on arguments, and whereas Shankara's idealism is largely based on, again I use the word largely, not only. Now, it is true that Shankara criticizes Vasubandhu's form of idealism in the Brahma Sutra Bhashya. Personally, I have tried to, in my another article on Vedānta, I have tried to show that there is some inconsistency in Shankara's argument. On some occasions, he also supports something like subjective idealism. Whereas in that particular section, in Tarkapada, he criticizes Vasubandhu's idealism by saying that yes, at Vyavahara level you have to accept something which is external to consciousness. And of course, your reference to Ekajivavada, Drishti Srishtivada is well taken, that is important, and I should actually add those things somewhere in my paper also. That there are different versions of Indian idealism which I did not take into account, and that should be taken into account.